I'm Jack Hoke, Executive Director of the North Carolina School Superintendents Association, and we finally this fall put it together to invite the Regional Teachers of the Year from 2017 and 18, because who better to provide design principles for schools than the folks who are in charge of teaching and student learning. And so we've been able to pull it together with two other corporate partners, and we're real excited about the event that we're getting ready to embark on.
The North Carolina Academy to Envision Tomorrow's Schools was born from a couple of notions. First, the view that we're well into the 21st century created for us the opportunity to begin imagining not just what a 21st century school should be like, but more so, what should we be thinking about when we're considering a 22nd century school? We should not be, as designers or as policymakers, making these decisions by ourselves. Certainly, there are experts in the field whose voices and vision we need to capture. And of course, those voices are the teachers.
Today's school environments are dramatically different than they were 20, 30 years ago. Not just the theme, but the way that kids tend to learn better today is they tend to work better in groups. All of our furniture has casters on it so they can be moved in and out. It can accommodate 2 students, it can accommodate 4 students, it can move up to 6 or 8. It has the freedom for kids to learn in a group setting, smaller group settings, and then individually if needed. And it's important that all of the furniture that we design take into account the fact that children and kids in today's classrooms are using technology as part of their normal way of functioning in the classroom.
We need to make sure that when a child walks into our classrooms, that we help them attain whatever vision they have for their future and go even past it to exceed that dream. And having these resources and having the right tools is what it's all about.
What we really do in combining our practices with the environment, you have to create an engaging and fun learning environment, and that starts with everything from the color of the paint on the walls to the design of the furniture that really goes into the classroom. And the days of a class being a dull white wall with older desks in a row is gone, or it's quickly disappearing. It's probably why we love the CEF relationship, because their commitment to making those spaces high energy and exciting. It starts with the furniture, how the furniture can be moved around the classroom, and then incorporating the furniture with the actual technology based on the school's needs. So putting that all together really creates that environment that PowerUp EDU is looking to meet with our school customers. We have a STEM practice, and that STEM practice involves everything from furniture all the way to virtual reality, data collection devices, 3D printing, coding with Minecraft and Sam Labs, etc. So a lot of things that are related to STEM labs. And the final practice is around professional development, because in the end, if you don't train your teachers on how to use the technology, I wouldn't invest in it. I'd keep your money elsewhere. But if you really can work with a company like PowerUp EDU that can not only provide you the equipment, install the equipment, train you on the equipment, and support you, then that's true integration in the education space.
Furniture and technology are just so key, and we so often talk about that when we're talking about the built environment and architecture in general. It's just being able to have them and have this collaborative environment where we're talking to the teachers that are in the space and having experts in their field of technology and furniture, and then architecture on top of that. Bringing in the Teachers of the Year and a cross-section across the entire state was so important to really just pull those pieces from them and really absorb what they were going to share with us. And they were coming up with ideas that we would have never come up with, because they're in the trenches. They know what's not working and what is working, and so they're able to just download that to us, and then we can start seeing that in a more architectural way.
When you walk into a 21st century, or let me say a 22nd century learning environment, it will be designed with the student in mind. And so the students will be at the nucleus of the teacher's planning, because you're not worried about facilities and you're not worried about structure. Now you can focus on instruction, and you can focus on building, and you can focus on allowing students to collaborate, to think critically, to communicate, and to be drivers of their own education. And teachers can now go on to be true facilitators. And so to be given the opportunity to sort of have a say in what it could look like, it's just mind-blowing for me. as we work through the design process and just the collaboration and the thoughts that are flowing and the energy that we put together, I feel humbled because I can have a say in what the future for my son looks like, and potentially the school that I will become an administrator in look like. That means I can decide what furniture, what structure, what makeup, how will this look? I have a say in that, and that's important to me as an educator because I feel oftentimes our voices are not heard. So having granted this opportunity to one, voice my opinion and to put my hands to the plow and to sort of work in the design process and to be a part of this academy to envision tomorrow's school is just amazing.
We were thinking about how does a 21st century school encapsulate the importance of student-centered learning. And so by synthesizing the design concepts and the furniture that now will be able to actualize this movement, it empowers students. There's a flow for creativity in the class. There's a sense of collaborative community in each one of the classrooms. And I think what all of this focuses on is how can we allow the student to be the centered focus of education? How can we guide and facilitate that self-actualization? But also how can we create this community that allows for each one of the student voices to be heard and allows the teacher to move from a teacher-dominated classroom where it's centered on that to one that facilitates student learning.
Mosley, CEF, and Power Up have already made the first step by inviting teachers to this academy and sitting at the table with us, collaborating, listening to our ideas. If the companies continue to do that, they can't go wrong.